Welcome to Shine Africa, a lifestyle show designed for people of all ages and domains. The show is tailored to inform, educate, support, and inspire young people through its caliber of guests and uprising stars when they share their experiences, challenges, and success stories. Shine Africa, moving forward.
Hello Africa, hello Cameroon. Welcome to Shine Africa. I am your host, the Reverend Abongta Mirabel Siringwa. All across the African continent, if not the world at large, people are dying of cancer. On today's episode of the show, we talk to an expert who will tell us exactly what cancer is, who will tell us about the cure and prevention. And we have with us an amazing guest artist in the house today. He is none other than IG Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, can you now put your hands together for our main guest, Professor Doh Anderson? A peck here. Thank you very much. You asked us to do the pineapple juice for you, so we're giving you a mixture. Please, can we go to my kitchen where we do the happy juice? Thank you very much.
Okay.
Why do you like pineapple juice, if I may ask?
Why the preference? As a general thing, advice, we tell people to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables.
Wow, that's nice. Our juice is now ready. Our juice is very ready, and you're going to tell me a lot more when we get to the set. Ladies and gentlemen, before we leave the kitchen, remember that a kitchen without a juicer is not alive. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank you again for coming on the show. Who is Professor Doh Anderson?
Well, Mirabel, one of the things that struck me when you invited me to your program was your background.
Oh.
As a pastor.
Wow, thank you. Thank the heavens.
Okay, and for me, it's part of it to be humble.
Wow.
And let the good Lord be the one to glorify. Okay?
Yes.
So when you ask who I am,
you tell us that you are the secretary.
Ministry of Health.
Yes.
And I am the executive secretary of the National Cancer Control Program.
Wow.
Since the early 2000s, when the program was created. It's a bit of a story. When I came back into this country, young people, it was some years back, in the early 80s, I realized that we're not taking this disease seriously. The person that struck me is my elder brother. I can even call him my late uncle, Professor Anomangu.
Oh, yeah.
Who we spoke the language that we could understand, but a lot of the other people around us, even where we're working, but he was concentrated more on research at the time. Okay, so I thought it was good enough time for us not only to talk of the diseases which we know about, malaria, tuberculosis, and the other ones, but to think about a disease that the numbers are increasing.
Okay.
And with the change in lifestyles that we now have, I told about the difficulty young people have in getting what in the village was disregarded as poverty, but in actual fact are vital elements in the prevention of some of these type of diseases.
Okay.
I see a lot of young women sitting here. You won't believe it that your resistance to some of these diseases would be related to what you take.
What you eat and drink, basically.
And drink,
yeah.
But also, when I say what you take, I always find it a bit annoying, but perhaps understandably so, that people perhaps are not properly informed.
Okay,
They are not
I think so.
sensitized
I
enough.
think so.
When I see people smoking, because when we look at it, what can that smoke provide? You know, it sort of destroys your lungs, it goes into your system, you absorb it, and it does not really produce any good. That's why I'm talking about what we take.
Yeah, exactly,
Okay?
exactly.
And your body, to fight a disease. I quote the instance of you cutting your finger in the kitchen. I see a lot of young women here. It has to heal. The good Lord has provided us with cells, that is, elements of the
Healing
tissue.
elements in our bodies. So
He made us. And then he provided it so that when we cut, the
it
cells
feels
would multiply
okay.
and heal.
Okay.
Okay. It's the cancer problem comes from factors, external factors.
I was going to come to that actually to tell you to talk to us about what is cancer. Some people in Africa today don't even know. I see you already telling us about that.
Yes. I'm telling you about that because it is an essential element
Okay.
for you to be able to avoid a particular condition. You should have a bit of an idea what
It is.
it is.
Yes, exactly.
And I'm using this element of healing in the positive sense, but it could be negative. Some factor has stimulated the healing process. Now, when it goes out into an abnormal multiplication of these cells, because I'm sure amongst you, you've all done biology and some of you higher levels than that.
Okay.
So you know what we are talking about. Then the external factor is now exaggerating, and so it multiplies. And when it can no longer limit itself to that area, and that's what cancer is about, something has provoked it.
Okay.
It might be a virus.
Okay.
It might be even some of the bacteria that lie around which favor the virus. I'm talking of virus
The
because
multiplication of them and yeah.
this. And I use the simple element of the finger thing to show that whereas it is supposed to heal and stop, in this particular case,
It
might have
continues
caused
and-
a little problem at that
Okay.
site, and then it will just continue.
Okay.
The predisposing factor might be existing in the body already, and that's what we call genetics. That means, but that contributes very little.
Okay.
Perhaps 5%. That is, a parent has some factor which
And it comes on to the children.
he or
Okay.
she has passed on to the
To
children.
the children. Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
but usually it is the environmental factors, what we are exposed to, the rays. You know, if you take the Europeans, for instance, these rays, the good Lord made us dark. So we're able to withstand the sunshine.
Okay.
Now, if they go lying out
in the
on
sun.
the shore
Yeah.
for long, and their
Yeah.
skin might get
Okay.
bruised by the sun, and then in the healing process, they now get predisposed to cancer.
Cancer of the skin and
So,
all of that.
You know, so
okay.
these factors are there. We live with it, but then he too. When I say he too, I mean the good Lord.
Okay.
He's given many of us the ability to be able to say, no, you are not going to multiply more and more as you are doing, and so they stop.
Okay. Now, Prof, tell us what you people do at the National Cancer Control Committee. Yeah, what do you do on a daily basis?
Well, you know, one of the elements, and a very important element, is what we are doing now.
Okay, wow. Sensitization.
For sensitization.
Okay.
For a disease that is misinterpreted often.
Okay.
Because when you go to the villages and even the big towns, people think it's ill luck. It is a disease that somebody has
put on you. Especially in the African society.
In the African society,
Yeah.
in the African context. And so the tendency is to say, abandon that fellow. Whereas, in actual fact, the person who is suffering from the disease, whereas if the person knew what to avoid. But I keep repeating and putting the good Lord in it, because sometimes people like take even polygamous homes.
Yeah.
There are 10 women, 8 women married to somebody. We know that the cancer of the cervix is caused by a virus. Today, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah, and the virus is in men.
Human papilloma.
Yeah.
It's a sexually
transmissible, yeah.
which means it will leave from one person
to the other.
And usually the organs are there. And yet, I said you might have 8 or 10 women.
Okay.
And perhaps none of them, or only 1 or 2 out of the 10, which means the other ones have developed the resistance to eliminate it, because with time, their resistance has been able to eliminate the virus.
So tell us about prevention.
So what we are doing now is to tell people, for instance, a practice we have in developing countries of circumcising men.
Okay.
It might have just been an honorary practice, but it has an important element we are talking about.
Okay.
A disease like this carrying that virus we call human papilloma virus.
Okay.
We now know that African men are less likely to, because that foreskin that has been taken off does not carry it for too long.
Wow.
The diet, as I was talking about, we take, is important. But then, if the young people now start smoking early, get themselves exposed too early when their genital organs are still fragile.
Fragile, yeah.
You can see the problems. Or if they start delivering too early when their system is not quite ready.
Yeah.
And then the neck of the womb is torn, it has to be repaired by the time.
Oh my God.
You know, no, those are natural things that could happen.
Yes.
So all these elements, and the smoking I was talking about affects even as far as there, because you reduce your resistance.
Exactly.
So in the program, the sensitization, which is what we are doing now, is important. Now we also get to do some researches. Okay, over these years, we've contributed in some of the research which are being used in the world today. If I'm talking of cancer of the cervix, for instance, the simple method we now use, which is used even in the district hospital and all that, we contributed partly in getting and saying this method which they used in developed countries would be fairly difficult for our people to use here. Let's do this and see whether it works, and we found that it works. So the program also carries out research. We also prevent by using the ministry as a line.
Okay, we're going to come back to you. Let's have a break. I think you and I deserve a break, and it's going to be a musical break. And we have an artist in the house, IG Cool. Please, can you put your hands together for him?
Forward to Samsung. We made the carry, I'm gonna learn Michael Jackson. Sirri Johnny just come here, big song. So happy now, you're the boom man, old song. I know the physician, got rush me with the nation. God bless, I've been a big musician. Go for the chance, pass France, make me believe like I own, I'm a confidence. Ma famille, Habe Foma, Boboma, the secretary taught the combine to Sabina, the combine la. She gauge my swap, man, this a new star. She brings my chop, my bless my fiancé. One boo and a chew for grandpa, bitter cola, grandma, and a sucker babies. Yeah. I love you. I love you, mama. Yeah. I love you, mama. Mommy Frida, Mamma Mia. Morning in the morning, yo, Baba Mia. Après la pluie et la nuit vient la lumière. On the mic, pop, we say my familia. Me myself in the mirror, shimmy. My reactions, my complexion. This emotion, show my definition. Believe me, you my inspiration. I go coast to win my girls. Your needs on me, but I pray to God. Cause I turn up with the cause, every stress I cause. Sometimes was always there trying to bear the curse. Morning in the morning, oh mamma mia. Crucifix on my neck, on my way up. Morning in the morning, oh mamma mia. Crucifix on my neck, on my way up.
Yeah, to all the lovely mamas around the world. If you love your mama, wanna see, put your hands up. If you love your mama, wanna see, put your hands up. Yeah, that's how we do it. Yeah, show some love to your mama.
Kambinala, it's a circle, it's a garter, to the lover, to the writer, to the lover. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And oh, I love you, Mama. Mama, I love you, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I love you, Mama. To the lover, to the writer, Mommy like mommy like nigga say the everybody sing for your mama. Somebody put up your hand for your mama. Sing with me, sing with me.
Wow. I didn't see this coming from you, Ija Cole, and that's why I like to have stars like you, growing stars. You're taking after too many prestigious Cameroonian artists, and I like that. And best news of all, he was singing in my dialect, in Bafut.
Yeah.
So I was basically hearing everything he was saying.
Yeah.
And a big shout out to Ambe, a big shout out to Leoman, and to all those. I cannot name all of you, but I'm talking about some of those that have been on this show.
Yeah, big up to Ambi.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about you. When did you start singing?
Yeah, actually, I started 2008. Yeah, with my group and the Picos. I created we removed our first album 2010. That make us go places. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, the group separated because my other colleagues have traveled out and they're doing it real big.
Wow.
So it's still a privilege for me to be on this platform. So I really thank you.
And you're going to do it real big someday. Where do you want to be? Where do you want to be from here? You have someone sponsoring you. You're looking for a sponsor, or? Yeah,
for now, I'm the one sponsoring myself.
Oh, that must be very difficult.
Yeah, not easy at all. And I'll invite everybody to watch the video of I Love You Mama. It's on YouTube. You check on IG Cool. You see my video, my performances. In fact, you get more.
Exactly.
You can check me on Facebook.
And if you come to our website, we basically have a link that will lead you to his YouTube and all of that. We like to thank you very much for coming to the show.
I'm so privileged. I'm the one to thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Bye-bye. See you some other time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. Welcome back. And if you're just joining us, our main guest is still Professor Doh Anderson, and we are talking cancer, and he is an expert. Professor, tell us something now about prevention and access to drugs. We have been talking about prevention, actually. So perhaps now you tell us about access to drugs and medication in Cameroon and Africa.
Thank you very much. We were talking about prevention. And part of the prevention, the good news is that science has evolved to the extent that some of the common cancers, like that of the neck of the womb or the genital tract of women that we know is caused by the virus, we now have vaccines for them. And may I seize this opportunity to say that the program we've conducted since 2010, some trials to show how we can handle this.
Wow.
And that if we are lucky, I just came back from Khartoum, Sudan,
Okay.
where we're working with people who might influence the decision.
Okay.
If we get through, then we hope that by 2018, young girls from the age of 9 to 14 would get vaccinated against this type of cancer.
Wow.
Okay, which the numbers have dropped markedly in developed countries because of screening.
Okay.
That is, you go and get yourself examined to make sure that...
Exactly. I think that a lot of women need to do that. I do it routinely. Yes, a lot of women don't know that they can just work up to the health centers and check themselves. I think that's what you're talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. And it is our hope that we'll get big enough that in each regional hospital, why not even the district hospitals, would have trained people who will be able to take care of that.
Okay.
Now, the other cancer, which is fairly frequent in young women, is cancer of the breast.
Yes.
Is
yeah.
that please examine your breast on a constant basis, especially after your menses. Because before your menses, you usually get your blood because of the hormones in your body. They get sensitive and then, but after it has finished, why not look at yourself in the mirror? Sometimes you want to see how it looks. The breasts both look. And then you lie down and go through and feel.
Yeah,
Now,
exactly.
if you have some discharge from the nipple, bloody or not, or you start having pains or you feel some little lump, go and consult. Because there are drugs now. We are going to sit soon to order them. But now, the country has moved to this extent now that we have some of the pharmacies.
But we know that the drugs are very expensive.
Exactly.
So how most of the people
That's
who
why
have...
the program commands drugs also, so that we can help. At
they
the
can
beginning,
subsidize the cost.
Yes, we subsidize the cost.
Yeah.
So that instead of selling perhaps at 100 francs, when the ministry has some budget to give us, we now might sell it at 50 francs or 75 francs.
Exactly. I think that your committee is doing very well, and I want to salute some other members of that committee. You're doing very well as far as cancer sensitization and prevention is concerned. Do you have one quick thing you want to say about cancer before we take... I think you're even going to be talking a lot. You're going to be talking a lot because we're now taking a question from the audience. Can we have a guest question, please?
There's this information that will be circulating, especially through the social media, that when people use bathing soap to like wash their private, it leads to cervical cancer. What can you tell us about that?
Wow, I think that's a very good question because every day we hear different things.
Yes, and that's a very important element because people come up with stories. I call them stories based on no facts at all. Bathing soap, I will not advise you because your body has the factors that the good Lord has given you to resist this disease, as I said. Many of you who get exposed to this would eliminate nearly 80%.
Oh my God.
Would eliminate the virus at one stage or the other. I'm talking of that of cancer.
Okay.
But if you go to, it doesn't lead just like that to cancer. But you have resistance in your system.
Okay.
Okay? Which he has provided so that you are able to fight and stand on your own. Now, if you go washing with soap every time, remove even those resistance factors that nature has given you. From that angle, there's some fact about it.
Okay.
But it is not that just because you
have washed
yourself, perhaps in the morning or the following day you do it in the evening, that it is what would lead to cancer. The fact to note here is that too much scrubbing of all that might eliminate those organisms and those cells that are protective to your system.
Yeah, I think that we hear about this every day.
The manner in which it is presented, which is, I say, no to.
Yes, I actually think so. And now this is the place where you ask me a question. I have been asking you too many questions. You're going to ask me a question now.
Well, what I'm going to to ask is you already started answering some of the questions because you
Thank
said that
God.
you yourself, you've been doing your screening.
Yes.
Okay? And that is by going to units where they can look at you and say that, yes, you're all right.
Okay.
The other useful element there is that when you've done it once and you are not super exposed to various partners and all that, you can wait for 2-3 years before you do it again.
Okay.
Okay? And then you would
You're
find out
answering my
whether-
question. You have not asked me a question. You have
No. What I'm getting at is that you were. The next thing I could ask you is, I said cancer of the genital tract, especially of the neck of the womb, we call cervix, is common. But the commonest one now is that of the breast.
the breast.
You've told me about that of the neck of the womb. I hope you do examine your breast too after your menses that I was recommending. Okay?
Okay.
You check the way I was there. I hope you do it as a woman.
Yes, I think I come from a culture wherein health is very important. I come from a very humble background, and so we would just rush and go for all the sensitization campaigns around all the time. I'm very used to all sorts of sensitization as far as health is concerned. And when it comes to cancer in particular, I think if you go even on my Facebook page, you'll be able to find out there, because each time I go for control, I put it to encourage some more women to go and do theirs. I do it personally, and I also make sure that at least once in 2 years, I go to do cervical and breast cancer. Thank you very much. And this is my own moment now. Please have your juice. My moment on the show is when we dance, and you asked us to do Makosa for you, particularly Grace Decker, and you picked a very old one.
Yes, because I am an old man.
So can we have that sound, please? I can still see the styles that you do. Can you clap for us, please? That was being very gentlemanly, but it shows in you that you have been dancing this thing for a very long time. And now
we thank him for it.
now we have a lady with the mark sheet, so we see exactly how many marks you have made for yourself just dancing here with me. 5, 8, 10. Whoa! They gave you 10 on 10. Just dancing here, you had a 10 on 10 for yourself.
Thank you, people, very much. It will encourage us to continue.
Wow, thank you very much. So now you have to get some space on this African calabash and leave your signature, so that someday someone looking at this will know that you were on Shine Africa Cameroon. Let me hold that for you. You write your name and sign. Professor Doh, then you sign. Very medical signature. You know that when doctors write, you don't even understand what they are writing about. So I have a very long and complicated and nice signature here. And you don't come on Shine Africa and you go back the same. So we have a little gift to tell you that you were on Shine Africa. You were on Shine Africa Cameroon. You have the Cameroon map and the African map on it. Okay. We give you this to give to your friends and show to your family and all of that.
It will tell them that I was on this show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, very much for coming. And it's here we wrap up the show, ladies and gentlemen. It was very nice having you once more on the show. And you can follow and like us on Facebook or visit our website www.shrineafrica.org. Before we go, here is our watchword. It is an African proverb and it says, if you think you are too small to make a difference, you haven't spent the night with a mosquito. If you think you're too small to make a difference, then you haven't spent a night with a mosquito. Thank you and I love you.